Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends. And today, I'm gonna be testing out in multiplayer the Lambo that nobody wants. The Lamborghini Temerario. And I say that it's a car that nobody wants, specifically when it comes to Lamborghini, because if you already own the Revuelto or maybe even the Huracan, you might be thinking, nah, I don't really need this thing at all. But today I'm gonna play with it and I'll tell you what I think its strength and its main weakness as well. But before I get into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. This helps the channel to be discovered, more people can find these videos, and that's good for DBT. So go ahead, like and subscribe for some more Asphalt Legends right here. Now, I am currently in Gold 1 when it comes to MP1, and this is the league in which I actually get to use the Lamborghini Temerario. Now, just so that you have an idea against what I'm going to be competing in theory, well, here it is, right? Some considerably strong cars like, for example, the Glickenhaus 007, we got the Porsche 935, we have a very, very fast car in Class A, the Citroën GT by Citroën, as well as some other Class B cars that can be considerably strong. But today, obviously, we're driving the Temerario, Class B car, 6-star maximum rank of almost 4,400, and having a look at the stats, I've said it a bunch of times, this resembles more a Class A than it does a Class B, except for a few issues. But still, top speed is considerably high for Class B, acceleration quite strong at 87, handling in theory good of 71, and nitro of 62, it's decent, nothing amazing. Now, our challenge today is gonna be trying to rank up from Gold 1. I'm past halfway in this league in particular, but we'll see if the Temerario has what it needs in order to get me out of this league. Now, over here, even though I just read you which are the cars that I could be facing in theory, the reality is that I'm still gonna be finding a lot of Vandas as per usual, and also Corvette ZR1s. Because this time around, we don't have SF90 Stradale available. The more spam... Oh, God, I just witnessed that. Was that a double crash? Jesus. When it comes to Evo spam, well, we still have the ZR1 over here, so yeah, there's that. But anyway, so why do I say that this car is one that people, generally speaking, probably don't want? And I said probably because, well, obviously it changes from person to person. But yeah, like I said, if you already have the Revuelto, especially if you have it at high stars, if not at max stars, and if not at gold, well, this car is very, very similar to the Revuelto. So incredibly similar that the difference are, you know, a matter of a couple of points here and a couple of points over there. The acceleration is very good in both. The top speed is very good in both. And I'm gonna give up. I mean, nice. But yeah, they're incredibly similar when it comes to the stats. But even more than the Revuelto alone, look at that. Vanda, Huracan, Lycan, Grand Sport, 935, and 2 ZR1s that did terrible. Wow. So like I was saying, other than the Revuelto, another Lambo that gets easily compared with this is the oh-so-common Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spider. Now, to be fair, I don't feel like these two cars are comparable because they do seem to specialize on different things. There's some similarities, specifically when it comes on the acceleration, that the Huracan is known for having really good acceleration, and that's it. Because the Huracan points are acceleration, acceleration plus nitro, while this car is more about acceleration and top speed. This doesn't have nearly as good nitro duration as the Huracan, but the Huracan is considerably slower than this by like 15 kilometers or so. How am I on 6th? That should be like a 3rd, right? Come on, game updates. Oh, it's because of the guys on the left side, I see. Woof. All right, let me get some shockwave to protect myself over here because there might be some collisions. Oh, Jesus. Whoa, that guy lagged out in the perfect moment. I mean, I wasn't trying to knock him down, but still. That was quite perfect. Time up! I'm fine. Keep it together, DBT. Keep it together. Maybe I can still at 3rd place. No, Huracan, don't touch me, please. Right, keep it together, DBT. Keep it together. No. I knew this was going to be the bad part. Ah, damn it. Well, I guess there's no point in delaying any more than inevitable. Let's talk about the real problem with this car because it is a very real problem of it. I got defeated by a bunch of things, but yeah. And what a track to talk about the issue of this car. So the strength is very obvious, right? Acceleration and top speed, like I just mentioned. But the real problem with this car, it's kind of what I mentioned at the start when I was having a look at the stats. The handling, and more specifically, the drift. Jesus Christ, this car drifts in an insulting way. Right, that might be an exaggeration, but really, the drift on this car is very, very, very disappointing. Once again, for a car with a handling of 71, you would expect that the drift was a little better. And well, to be fair, the drift is not necessarily tied to the handling stat per se, you know, I would expect this car to be a little bit better at the drifting. That's not to say that I want it to be an insane drifter and master of floaties and no, that. But seriously, the drift on this car, it really hampers the usability of it. Now, it's not the worst drift ever, but it certainly doesn't feel a drift worth of an elite Class B car, because make no mistake, this is still an elite Class B, meaning it's one of the 5 highest ranked cars in all of Class B. And, you know, the rest of the stats are alright, but yeah, it just feels disappointing, sadly. It just doesn't seem to have what it needs in order to be more competitive, because given the speed, given the acceleration, and like I said, some decent nitro duration, plus some decent handling in theory, yeah, you would expect that if it had a slightly better drift, it could really be competitive, but unfortunately, it isn't, and that is what hurts this car quite a bit. Now, I got into a decent track. It didn't have the crazy, it wasn't the super twisty version, but still. I got defeated by an incredibly agile Peugeot 9X8, a very strong Class A car, but I did beat a 911 GT3 RS, Egoistas, Solus, and 2 Huracans. Nice. And to be completely honest with you, once again talking about the Revuelto versus this car, I much prefer the Revuelto because it looks cooler. I mean, because it drifts better. I mean, both are true. Yeah, the Revuelto has even slightly higher handling by like a couple of points or something, but the Revuelto does drift better. Again, it's not a master of drift in any way, shape, or form, the Revuelto. But even if it's a little bit better than this, it does make a considerable difference when it comes to the races. So yeah, I do find the Revuelto more fun, although I will tell you that for sure, you can feel the lower acceleration of the Revuelto compared to this. And granted, the Revuelto does have some really good acceleration at 86 as well. But 86 versus 87, this definitely feels quite a bit stronger than that. So yeah, overall, I don't know. I feel like this car, it's unfortunately just a victim of its drift. Because if it wasn't for this, I feel like this car could legit be considered a very powerful, very competitive and strong Class B car. But nope, the drift just puts it down. It reminds me a little bit of the Huayra R, which is also very high-ranked Class B car. I don't know if it's an elite. Maybe it's no longer elite. But still, it is very fast and all of that. Whatever you want to say about that. And that's a... But it also doesn't drift. Well, it drifts just really badly. So that's a problem. But all right, look at that. Beating a 007S, Huracan Evo, 935, Vanda, ZR1, Vanda, 911 GT3 RS. Nice. And speaking of comparisons, now that I think about it, I'm not sure how the drift of this car compares to that of the Huracan. I do remember the Huracan is not a very good drifter, but I think it was a little bit better than this. Now, it would have been wiser of me to actually test that before I started recording this video, but it is kind of late for that now, so woof, it is what it is. But yeah, why don't you let me know if you have driven both of these cars, what you think about what you think about that particular point. But yeah, and since we're speaking already of the Huracan, there's another big thing about this car and the comparisons with the Huracan and all of that, specifically because they're both Lambos. But the Huracan is a way easier car to get than this thing. So that also affects a lot as to whether or not the Huracan is still considered a better car overall than this. And sadly, just on that point alone, I would agree. Because yeah, the Huracan you can get very easily. Oh my god, I'm fine. I love when I get half barrel rolls. It's fantastic. You don't know how much fun I have when I get that. But yeah, the Huracan you can get really easily. Granted, it takes a while for you to get it, but you can get it through regular progression in the game. While, for example, this, the Temerario, it's a very specific event car. It's not a car that is available often. It was given for free at some point, right? Was it? No, it was the Revuelto was for free. Was this given for free? I already forgot. Yeah, I think it was given for free at some point, yes. But regardless, the point is that nowadays you cannot really get this car unless it shows up in a specific event or something. So yeah. Oh my god, I'm so close to rank. No, I'm not close to rank up. Never mind. No, I think it's like 3,500 to rank up. Not 3,500. 2,350. I had the decimal wrong, but whatever. Now, I switched to the Huracan. What? I'm bringing a different car in a video that is about a specific other car? Yes, because I do want to test out a little bit. But I think once again, we're in this track where it doesn't have a lot of turns or corners, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's drive a little bit the Huracan. Because here's the deal, and if you have watched my content, if you know the way that I do things, you are probably aware of the fact that I never drive this car. I never drive it. I hate hyper spam cars like the Huracan. I don't like driving these things. So that's why I don't ever drive this. That's why I don't ever drive the Vanda or anything like that. But right now, let's say, for the sake of science, I'm driving it. And we'll see how it feels. But yeah, look at this nitro. It's ridiculous. All right. What? How did I not get a freaking... Okay, it's fine. Whatever. Oh, yeah. Right away, I can tell you this drift's better. Now, granted, not well by so much... Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry, buddy. Ah, man. I wasn't trying to knock him down, but... Jesus. All right. Yeah, no, I can tell you this drift's better. May not be a king or anything, a drift, but it feels better than the Huracan in my... Excuse me, than the Temerario. But hey, once again, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with me on this. This could just be bias, you know, like... I don't know. Could be, but whatever. All right. I've done the deed. I've driven the dirty car, the spammy car, the car that makes me feel like this isn't right, but whatevs. Let's just forget about this. At least I didn't full on win the race, because that would have been shameful. And to be fair, I didn't make the every other Huracan proud by knocking someone else down, right? Because that's what they do. But no, we're back with the Temerario, because that's the car we're testing today. Yeah, I mean, and this is a car that I do drive from time to time whenever it's available in the multiplayer series, specifically in MP1. Because in MP2, at this rank of almost 4,400, man, it just gets matched. It's precisely the topic that I was talking about recently on a video I did on the Lotus ER9, which is precisely a Class B of a similar rank to this. That in MP2, it just gets matched against insanely stronger cars of higher classes at the same rank. So that is not particularly fair, but whatever. So yeah, I don't really play with these cars very much over there. Hold on, I just overtook the... Well, let me see if I can keep this, because it would be dope if I get to beat that. Oh boy, that Glickenhaus. I'm telling you, the Glickenhaus is quite strong. It has an even better acceleration at 89, though it has a much weaker nitro, but drifts way better. And I'm a little bit concerned because this upcoming section, it's about drifting, so I don't feel super hopeful about... How did I run out of nitro in there? Oh, that's bull spit me in. I'm fine. Oh, the guy fell behind quite a bit. Ooh, come on. Shockwave. Save me, Shockwave. Come on. Oh, I shouldn't have drifted there. Come on. Keep some nitro, and double tap. Come on. And that's gonna be, back. Woohoo! I mean, calculated, expected. Oh, yeah. All right, look at that. I did beat the Glickenhaus, Vanda 911, Vanda, Egoista, and 2 Porsche 919. But by now, I have given you all the thoughts that I could give you on this car. Maybe I'm missing a few, but I'm going to try to focus on these races and see if I can do something half decent, because I would like to rank up with this, but I don't know that I have enough fuel to do that, or enough time in the video, but it's fine. Remember that all of the races that I show you in these videos are sequential. I am not skipping races. I'm not showing you exclusively good races, as you can tell by the fact that you've seen me lose a bunch. So yeah, all of this, I'm showing you proper, regular progress, not specifically races where I would look good because I beat a bunch of things. Nah, whatever happens, and it gets recorded, and that's what you see in these videos. All right, there's something behind me, and it's going pretty fast. I don't know what that is, but I got no drift for this section. Oof. All right, that didn't go super terrible. But yeah, I'm scared of the upcoming section because, you know, there's a bunch of drift involved, and listen. You know what I'm gonna say, so it's fine. That is where a car like the Vanda really shines compared to this, because the Vanda obviously drifts way better. So, oh Jesus Christ, it's an Onyx that is behind me, I think. Okay, I got this. Wait, he lagged out. Oh, he lagged out, but he's probably gonna respawn suddenly, right? Wait, am I lagging out? Did I just win? Oh my God, I won! Unexpected. Yeah, I don't know, that Vanda, yeah, I think he lagged out completely and he got disconnected. Oof. RIP to him, but I got a W, so I'll take it. Oh, why does the game love to throw me in Singapore? And this is the bad version of Singapore, where there's going to be a lot of turns and this is not going to go well for my car. So I'm not going to be able to rank up. Now, granted, if I continue playing with this car for a few more cycles of my fuel, or even one more cycle of my fuel, I'd probably be able to rank up. This car definitely can get you out of this league, but at the same time, you know, it's not the most overpowered, most insane, dominating car out there. It's one that you definitely have to sweat it a little bit in order to get some results with it, but it's not unlikely that is gonna help you out in your objectives. Please don't knock me down. Oh my god, of course. Whatever. I didn't want to rank up anyway. But yeah, that is the Temerario in a nutshell. It is a car that definitely has power to it, but it has this one big issue that unfortunately really prevents it from being a lot better, a lot more competitive. It's not that it is bad, it's just that, well, you know, it has some issues. It's just unfortunately not able to compete at the higher level, even of Class B. But if you drive it well, if you know the tracks well enough, and you know, you put enough effort into it, it will definitely give you some results. All right, once again, why don't you let me know in the comments what you think about this whole thing with the car, the comparisons with the other cars and whatnot. Do you think it's a good one? It's a bad one? Your experience with it? Do you want it? Do you not care? What's the deal? But all right, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.